happening, guys? Gemma here and back again for another video. And how different is this style? I'm back standing. This feels like old school videos. This feels like the old school TheGebs24. But if you're new here, smack that sub button, hit that like button. And also, if you are not new, you will know that I like to mix up my styles. So sometimes we're going to be sat down, sometimes we're going to be over at the stream set up, sometimes we're going to be on the sofa. But today, I feel that now my foot is fixed-ish, my broken foot. I feel like I want to celebrate by standing. So, guys, you've read the title. We are here to discuss whether or not retro gaming is dying. Dying a slow death. Dying a death that will be permanent. Enough bambling, let's take a look. So the reason I want to be putting this video out is because I've been thinking and I've been actually reading a lot of your comments from the retro game hunts that I've been doing, particularly at the gaming markets. I'm seeing a trend in comments like, wow, scalpers, or, you know, that's way too much, or I would never pay that much for a game, and da 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 da. So I've kind of been thinking, where are we in this retro gaming community? What is happening to the market? You know, there's a lot going on, and I think for me, since coming back to YouTube in 2014 and starting this massive collection again, I've seen a massive shift in the way things are going, not just here on YouTube, but out there, retro game stores and retro game markets. Now, I will say this, retro games and games, in fact, anything, is as cheap or as expensive as you perceive it to be. I am a firm believer that it is a buyer's market, and if I want to spend £100 on Conker's Bad Fur Day, I will spend £100 on Conker's Bad Fur Day. I actually got this for free from a subscriber, so thank you, Michael. But if I want to spend £150 on this, then I will spend £150 on this because it's worth it to me. So, let me put this back. I wanted to just start off and open up this video by talking about prices and people saying that the retro gaming community is dying because people are robbing people and there are scalpers about. And then there's this whole other argument which has been around for years about eBay. But it's a buyer's market. It is a buyer's market, and if people want to make money, and they can, that's up to them. And if people want to buy because they want to acquire a certain game or console within their collection, then that is entirely up to them. I think to judge the retro gaming community's longevity based on prices at markets is absolute ludicrous. Now, that's just my opinion. I have more to say, but as ever, slam your comments in the comment section below and let me know what you think of this first point. My second point is as follows. There have been less and less people in the retro game markets. Every single time I go to the Doncaster market, recently the Manchester gaming market, there weren't as many people as I was expecting. There weren't as many vendors as I was expecting. So I did a little bit of thinking myself, what is actually going on here? Are we seeing a little bit of a decline? You know, is the community maybe kind of shriveling just a little bit? Is that a good thing? And I think I have kind of mixed views. My first view is this. 4 or 5 years ago, we were asking people, vendors, organisations to put on retro gaming markets for the likes of Greedy Me, and now we actually have a plethora of them. In fact, I think we've got so many gaming markets that that's why you're actually seeing less and less people, because there's more to kind of go around. When they first started to come onto the scene, I started going to them in Leeds, and I shit you not, you were like walking around these gaming markets like this. It was absolutely packed jam solid, and it was 1 a year at the time. Then it went to 2 a year, then Replay bought a portion of the retro gaming market, and they now do, I think it's 3 or 4 a year in Doncaster. They do them all over. You've still got the Super Games Fair, you've still got the Play Expo. There are an absolute load of retro game markets. I don't care if you think there aren't, you ain't looking. I'm telling you now, there are an absolute load. So I think people have more choice. So when you're going to the Doncaster gaming market, the Manchester gaming market, and you think, you know what, there's not as many people. You're right. That's because I think, my little theory is, as there's more to kind of go around. You've also got the things like Comic-Con. You'll find vendors like Sawthumb's Retro Games at Comic-Con as well as these retro game markets. So maybe the drop-in vendors for some people is that there are that many to go to. People are just knackered because I have done so many retro game tours. I swear to God, so many retro game tours where I've spoken to the shop owner and we talk about the markets, and every single one of them say to me, it is a nightmare packing up this shop, getting everything in the van, getting to the venue for 7, 8 o'clock, setting everything up for a full day's sell, taking it down, driving back and replenishing the shop. Like, that is a laborious task. If I was a shop owner, I would do it, but I certainly wouldn't look forward to it because it's a fucking tit ache. And a lot of people think that, so I know it's not just me. So maybe people are getting a little bit tired. So I don't think we should judge the longevity / death / life, whatever you want to call it, of the retro game market because there's less footfall at these places. There's just more choice. And I think choice is awesome. I think choice is wonderful. You know, if you live in London, you got Play in London, you know, you can go down to Margate. They do a couple of things down there. You know, you have got stuff to go to. So I think as well, I think people just need to just chill out a little bit. But again, you may have a different opinion and that's fine. I want to hear from you in the comment section below. Retro gaming is dying. It is dying. It is dying. Hang on a minute. We've just talked about 2 points there. Let's talk about a third. Things like this. This is a Tanglewood press build. This, for those of you that don't know, in fact, I will link in the description my written review and I will link it in the cards. If I don't link it in the cards, it'll be in the reviews playlist. This is Tanglewood, and for those of you that don't know, this was a game that was developed over the last couple of years. It was kickstarted, and it is unique because it was developed on the exact same hardware that these Mega Drive games would have been developed on back in the day. You know, there's a myriad of ways to get a game, you know, to market, whether it's on the Switch or whether you want to emulate it, 16-bit style to a Sega Mega Drive emulator. But this is unique because it was developed from the ground up on the original hardware. Now, if retro gaming was dead, I dare say that people like Big Evil Corp, Matt, shout out to you, why would there be so much effort put in to developing games like this for gamers like me who are in their 30s? I'm 35. People always ask me, I'm 35. For gamers like me to buy into, to review, to appreciate, to relive our childhood. Nostalgia is a powerful thing, and nostalgia sells like sex sells. You can do things like make a game like this and it will sell. It will pull on people's nostalgia. So retro gaming arguably will never die because there will always be Joe Schmo, Frida Bogglethwaite, and me, Gemma, who really want to buy these things because we can take a step back in time and we can have that safety net of nostalgia. So I think again, and also things like this, I received this in the post this morning, I'll be reviewing it. It is an NES cart in here with a game called Logjammer's on site. I've been sent this and asked to review it. Again, games being developed. I don't know if, I don't know if that was developed on original hardware, but it will play on original hardware. So I can again have a brand new released NES game, plug it into one of my 3 NESs or my Retron 5 and really enjoy it and get a new experience. So I get the nostalgic feeling of having the cartridge, maybe blowing the cart, putting the cart in, but I get a brand new experience. So we're here in 2018 and for me personally, retro gaming is very, very much alive. Okay, so at the minute we're in the era of the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC is as booming as ever, and we have the Nintendo Switch. Is retro gaming in the same league? Well, you know, not necessarily. You know, there are kids out there that have never played a Game Boy. They don't know what a Game Boy is. I shared a GIF from Giphy on my Twitter recently of a youngster trying to zoom in on a Game Boy Color. She didn't realise that it wasn't a touch screen, and that's okay. Yes, it made me a bit sad, maybe because I'm a selfish little bitch. But people don't know what Game Boys are. You know, kids don't know. You know, they just turn things on. You know, we got digital games now. They don't even need to touch any of this. Things like Fortnite, download it, boom. So yes, retro gaming is very much an element of its own. But for me, That is what makes it unique. That is what makes it special. And that is why, if you subscribe to my channel, you can expect loads of videos about retro games and loads of videos about PlayStation 4 games as well, because it's something for everybody. So I wanted to put that out there. It's been on my mind. It is actually nice to stand on my own 2 feet again. I feel very lucky. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I hope to see your name pop up in the comment section below. If you're new here, make sure you hit that sub button, leave the likes on the video, appreciate it, and share the video if you're feeling super awesome. Guys, I will be back very soon for another video. Have a great one. My name is Gemma. Take care. See you soon.